think Morocco is very strong. And I think this kind of adrenaline is, we have to make it positive for us and not negative. And I think we handled it well. We have a futsal friendly match in November here with 15,000 people. Now with security conditions we only can have 10,000 people, that's a pity, but that's the reality. And even with 10,000 people, we are making one of the major events I remember in AFC all time. And you can see Copa America and also Europe. They cannot have full venues, and we can have full venues if we have more seats. And in the final, I think not crucial because the main things are the things that happen in the pitch. But in my opinion, it will be a positive factor for us because we know that other people will support us every single moment, just the way they did. Previous day in quarter final with them and they did. And tomorrow we expect they continue.
Okay, thank you. So, any other questions? Is there a question for Hector?
Yeah. You and your teammates will be under a lot of pressure tomorrow with the whole of Indonesia looking at you to create history. How would you and your teammates deal with this pressure?
Terima kasih untuk pertanyaannya. Buat besok saya rasa tidak ada karena ini kali pertama Indonesia masuk di babak final. Dan saya rasa tidak ada tekanan sama sekali.
He doesn't have a pressure. This is the first time we usually we're going to final, so he doesn't have pressure. Thank you. So, any other question, please?
Again, congratulations, and I'm happy to see all of you. Yesterday match was very tough. I want to know what did you learn from that match, and how do you want to play tomorrow match?
Baik, saya rasa tidak ada taktikal yang spesial. Cuma tanya apa yang Hector mintakan saja di orang lain dan saya akan jalankan.
There is no something special tactical. You will follow the Coach Hector instruction. Okay, thank you.
Hello Coach, I'm Nikmati from CNI Indonesia. For the coach for me. Yeah. Okay. Coach, ahead from the final tomorrow, how do you manage your players to avoid distraction from the final?
First, pressure are another thing, it's not futsal. Okay, futsal is not pressure. Futsal is pleasure. It's very different. Okay. The second, how can we have pressure if it's our first time in a final, and if Iran play 105 games in AFC and only lose 4 times? Where is our pressure? How can you see the pressure? Iran must have the pressure. Iran is the one that have to win the game. Iran have the tradition of being champion in AFC. They have the quality, they have a lot of players playing abroad, they have strong players, and with consistency at the very beginning, from 17 times. They won 13 times. They won 13 times. They always reach final. Only in 2012 they lose in semi-final with Thailand 5-4. The good thing is they have lost with Miguel Rodrigo twice, that is Spanish, and they have lost with Culpis in 2012, that is Spanish. And I don't know if you know for where I'm from. Okay.
Thank you. Next one. Any other
keep. Hello Coach Agung from Diri Futsal. Coach, tomorrow maybe hard game, but you still speak to us, still have chance for Indonesia because the title still competitive. The question is, what's your hope for Indonesia futsal player tomorrow? Because tomorrow is the last stage for us, for media, for the player in the state AFC Futsal. Maybe almost 10 days AFC Futsal. Tomorrow is the final stage. What's your hope for Indonesian player tomorrow? Games.
My hope for my players is they can recover well today, because if we have the intensity we showed yesterday, we will be very tough to defeat. Of course, I repeat, they have the skills, they have amazing players. Nobody need to speak about Tajeri, Abasi, Muslim, Salah. All of them are really good. So what I hope we can recover well. They rest 3 hours more than us. They finish the game 3 hours before our game. They didn't play extra time. We play extra time. They are super strong players. We are in the process to be super strong players. So it's just like that our players recover. I think we have a pretty good atmosphere in our team. Everyone is close to everyone, including the staff, including the players. All players and staff are really close to each other. So I think our strength is togetherness, and we have our own tactical language that we understand each other. Sometimes we understand better, sometimes we understand not so well, but we try to understand each other, and that's our strength, and we will play with that. If we have energy, I think we will be competitive. But once again, 105 games, they only lost 4.
Thank you. Any other question?
Brian, how are you and your teammates motivating each other going into the final match tomorrow?
Motivasi diri dan teman-teman, saya rasa ini kita punya rumah, dan saya rasa saya dan teman-teman tidak mau kalah di rumah sendiri.
And team, because like this is Indonesia, our home, and they want to be close. Okay, thank you.
Saya Majid dari Tribunnews untuk Brian. Brian, Coach Hector bisa membawa Timnas Indonesia sekarang sampai ke final. Kamu bisa ceritakan nggak bagaimana sebagai pemain melihat Coach Hector itu di dalam ruang ganti seperti apa? Terus apa yang membuat pemain itu termotivasi, dan kemudian ketika di pinggir lapangan itu arahannya seperti apa? Dan mentality para pemain jelang laga final besok seperti apa? Terima kasih.
On the microphone.
How about Coach Hector in the dressing room for his instruction or something for the
You can repeat your question.
Okay.
Tentang Coach Hector terlalu banyak untuk diceritakan. Jadi kalau menurut saya pribadi, Coach Hector orangnya detail, terus dia orangnya sangat memotivasi pemain.
for run inside Coach Hector is a detail person, and he always like motivation to the teams.
Mental.
That's it.
Brian, you scored in the quarterfinals against Vietnam. How do you think you are performing as a player, and do you think you can put in your best performance for the final?
Kalau menurut performa, saya cuma bisa berikan yang terbaik, dan selebihnya yang tidak tahu. Cuma bisa berikan yang terbaik.
For the performance, Brian will give the best to yourself and you will try the best. Thank you.
Congratulations, coach. In this tournament, Iran conceded goal first, and then Iran let opponents score first many matches. But after that, they wake up and recover. Tomorrow match, I think your players are all tired, and my thought is you will try to less press in the first half, and maybe you will try to fight in the second half. What if you can tell us what is your plan here?
So to don't be tired, I will recommend my players to defend like handball, in the area. That's in the area system. Now we will try to do our best. Of course, as Rian said, we have many details in the strategy to prepare the game, so we cannot face the game like open arms. We have to go in a smart way, and I think we will try to play different in different moments of the games, depending on how the scoreboard is in that moment. And that's all. We cannot play 40 minutes the same. We cannot. We don't have the power to do that, to be dominant yet. Etc. We are in the process to try to be more dominant, but we are not in that moment yet. And what we will try to be is smart, safe, not safe energy, because we cannot save energy. Make the players arrive in good conditions to the end of the game, because it's like that. The games are always decided in the last minutes, usually. And what we have to do tomorrow is take the game to the last minute with possibilities to win or winning, to win it better. And that will be our target, and our strategy will be around that maybe. So yeah, of course, maybe they will have more physical energy, but maybe we will have more mental energy, because they know they cannot have a mistake. If they lose tomorrow, it's like a big lose, because they cannot fail. We can fail, we cannot. So once again, the pressure is in them. Maybe we don't have full energy, but we will have full mentality.
Okay, so last one, please. You guys
Thank you for Kusenta. I'm Ami from bola.com. In just 2 months, you have led Indonesia to make history, winning the SEA Games and now being one step away from the champions. Could you tell us how you keep the player motivated after the SEA Games and now in the finals? Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I repeat, it's not me, it's all of us. Okay, it's not me. I'm not a history maker. We all are history makers. Okay? So it's a moment of the ecosystem of Indonesia having success. Secondly, especially the players and staff. Secondly, how we prepare the tournament. Well, we play 4 games in 5 days, 6 games. That's too much stress for a player. Mentally, physically, it's impossible to play 4 matches in 5 days. I hope in future this kind of competition we have partnered to avoid this kind of situation, because it's very useful for the players. Could be injuries could happen. It is not the best thing. So what we did after SEA Games, we give free days for them. We recommend them to keep active, but we give free time for them. We give almost more than 10 days to get well after the injuries, etc. To visit their families. That is also important for mental condition, to take care about their issues. And then we just train 3 weeks and like so we always plan in a progressive way, the TC. At the beginning of the TC, we prepare our main things, our systems, etc. And in the middle of the TC, we are running on the strategical part, preparing the games against our opponents. And to prepare them mentally is easy, because how you see me in the bench in the games is more or less what I do every training. So they are used to have big pressure in the training. That's why when they play, they are free to play. They don't have any kind of pressure. They are right in the conditions always to play. And before you asked Brian about how do you speak about the motivation for tomorrow, they didn't have time to speak about that. They are speaking about getting well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the chance here. Thank you for this press conference.
Download Tribunnews sekarang, menghadirkan lokal menjadi Indonesia.